All right, so we're still doing the comparison between the two guitars. The $400 JS32 versus the $1,600 or just about $1,600. We're talking Canadian dollars. Pro Mod RR5T. If I can only pick one guitar, obviously it's going to be this one because this guitar, I can't put it down. It's so good. And I mean, I said the same thing about that when I got that, but this is just a little bit better. And the problem with guitars is a little bit better is a lot better. Once you have something that's better, okay, and you can see this with any person that plays live, they'll have their main guitar that they play and their backup guitar sits on the stand until they either break a string or just, show the other guitar charity. But most of the time, your better guitar, even if it's that much better, you'll play it over the other one all the time. Like I barely touch that one now. I try to cycle my guitars, so I'm always playing them. But I grabbed this before I even grabbed my Gibsons. Why? Because it suits my sound that I'm going for right now. If I want a more of a classic vintage sound, I'll grab the Gibsons, right? My SGs. And I might do a comparison between those two, even though they're complete apples and, apples to oranges to refrigerators kind of comparison, right? But not all pro mods are, pro models are made the same either, like I said with the JS32. So when I was looking at the Pro Mods, okay, I wanted a Pro Mod 24 because I wanted the 24 fret, but I've always wanted a fixed bridge Jackson. I just wish that they made this one in 24 frets, but in some ways, even if I could get the 24 fret version, I would still buy a 22 fret version because there's a little bit, and I'll talk the difference between 24 fret guitars and 22 frets, and there's a little bit of it. Again, it's all little stuff like that adds up, for different sounds and stuff like that. But this guitar, when I saw the pictures of it at first, I was like, it's a beautiful guitar, whatever. But when I first saw it in person, now it's all full of fingerprints because it's black. But before the very first fingerprint got on it, one of the things I noticed was that how beautiful this guitar it's just absolutely, absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. The hardware is pretty much the same between the two guitars, and on the Pro Mods it's the same thing, that you get different pickups, but you can get EMGs, you can get different Duncans, you can get whatever. But with the Pro Mods, what gets you is what they're made out of. A lot of the Pro Mods are made with Jabota and Laurel fingerboards, which look good. I can't really comment much on a Laurel fingerboard because I don't have a lot of time on it. But I can tell you that the Jabota fingerboard, if I had a choice between maple, ebony like this has, or rosewood, I would stick with one of those three before I'd go to the Jabota fingerboard. The Jabota fingerboard is nice, but it doesn't have that sound. And you say, how the hell can your ears even pick out a Jabota fingerboard? Well, again, if you're playing straight through the amp, you start to hear qualities of the guitar, and you start to hear it. Like if I grab like 5 guitars that have, a maple fingerboard, or 5 guitars that have, a rosewood fingerboard or a ebony fingerboard like this, I'll start to notice certain characteristics of that, and that's what your ears pick out, is the characteristics. And to me, my favorite sounding fingerboard has always been these awesome ebony fingerboards. So the only other guitar that has a JS Pro Mod that has a fingerboard, ebony fingerboard, is 2 or 3 other Rhoads models. The one with the white strip, the RR3, but it's about $2,000, where this is about $1,300 and then $1,600 with the tax. So $2,000 plus tax, you might be in $2,500. So you can get that fingerboard for cheaper if that's the fingerboard you're going for. The second is, this guitar, you get it in 2 models. The RR5, which is the original, with the Floyd Rose Jr., Floyd Rose 1000, or the RR5T, which has the tremolo, or the fixed bridge, 2-pneumatic bridge, right? But almost all the other Jacksons in the price range of this, ranging from say about $1,100 to $1,600, this is the only one with the outer body. There's one other one with a mahogany body, but it's $1,700, so it's a little bit more, and that's the start price. So again, you'd be over $2,000. Mind you, it looks awesome. It's purple. It's got a reverse headstock on it. It's got a Floyd, 24 frets. I'd love that guitar. Is almost impossible to get because as soon as they go on the shelf, they're sold out. This guitar lasted maybe about a week at the store, before I bought it, right? So that's what I kind of do is I sit there with my credit card waiting for, the certain guitars to pop up. And I do have other guitars coming. This is not going to be my last guitar, but this guitar is good enough that, it almost makes you want to sell all your other guitars. It's that good. But out of the Pro Mods, this one I think is the best bang for the buck, is these, because it has a great sounding tone wood for the body. It has the neck through construction, has awesome pickups. I'm not saying the other ones, the other guitars won't have quite as nice, but out of all the Jacksons I've played, like every time I go into a music store, if I see one, I grab it and I play it. And I'll be honest with them, most of them are closer to that than they are to this. So this is a guitar. It is a gem. Bang for the buck. You seem to get more. So most of the guitars that are like 1,100, Pro Mod Rhoads V's are like 1,100 bucks, but they're going to be with a basswood body. Maybe some people prefer that, basswood or poplar or whatever. I'm like any guitar over $1,000 with basswood or poplar, I think is a bit of a cheat to the customer, because it's like you're paying mahogany, alder body, swamp ash prices for, unless you really prefer that. And you say, well, yeah, but mahogany's too heavy. Maybe somebody wants a lighter guitar. Then you want, trust me, there's not just the tone that you're going to like about the alder body, but it's light. It just has everything you need. To me, it's the best. My favorite tone wood, but it's also, I could play this guitar for 3 hours and it doesn't weigh anything. You know what I mean? Where that thing is all solid mahogany body and neck. That sucker's heavy. That's the second heaviest guitar I've had, other than my double neck that I had. That thing was like 14 or 17 pounds. So I would say out of all the Pro Mods, this is probably, if I could, how am I doing for time here? Yeah. If I was going to pick 3, I'd take this model in the 2 models. And then there's there's a white model too. Yeah, so it's this model. There's 3 versions of it. Fixed bridge, and then two with well, there might be 4 in white. You can get it in white, or you can get it in this black. The white ones have this. I think they still have the gold hardware. The Floyd Rose one has silver hardware, and other than that, they're pretty much the same guitar. So, but they're all roughly the same price. So, and then of course you've got the one more that's again a little bit higher price range. And then after that they go like $2,700, and some of the $2,700 guitars don't have much more than what's in this. They have the same pickups, the same neck. They have like a crackle burst or whatever, but you're not getting that much more guitar. So for bang for the buck, I think this is the way to go. So, is it worth 4 times the price of the JS32? To me, it is. Not for everybody, but for me, it is, because I can hear the difference, number one, and it's just a phenomenal, phenomenal guitar. So hopefully that's been an interesting little series here. I'll call it my, I don't know what I'll call it, guitar versus guitar or something like that. And I'll probably do this with all my guitars. Should be interesting. All right, there you go. Rate, subscribe, share, comment, like. Be true to yourself, be true to others. Always do the right thing. Have yourselves a great day, eh?